inside, get what we need.
And this is this week's Closet Classic.
Hi, we're here with Chief Fran Hart at the Police Department Open House, and we just had an exciting event there going on.
Yeah, we did. We had a SWAT demonstration with some grenades, so it's a little noisy right now.
Yeah, some of the kids loved it, some didn't.
Some were a little afraid of it, yeah.
Okay, tell us what's going on. What's the goal of the open house today?
Like every year, it's just to get people in to see what we do and where we do it, put a name with the face as far as the officers go, chance to interact positively.
Part of community policing in general, a theme you've brought to the department?
Yeah, sure. And this year we tried to tie it in with Truck Day. We usually do it separately. We thought maybe we would have a cross-pollination of audience if we did it on Truck Day. So
sure. Seems like a great idea. They've got a huge turnout. You've got a huge turnout.
Yeah, it worked well. What's
going on in the department? Tell us some of the programs you got going on. I know you've got extra enforcement because I read that on the news every week.
Yeah. You know, with the Labor Day weekend, we participate in all the mobilizations, click it or ticket, and you drink, you drive, you lose, things like that. We also have a whistle defense program going on right now. If people are interested in coming up to the station, getting a whistle, we have a high-quality American-made whistle used for alerting others if you're in trouble. It's not a toy. We don't suggest that people give it to kids or anything. But you can throw it on your keychain. Can't be used against you. It's just one more option that people might have, especially women and kids who might be exposed to vulnerable situations. So, and we're also, the other thing we're doing is another slow down sign campaign where people take slow down signs and put them on their lawns, similar to political signs. We're actively doing that with the kids back to school.
Now, we've seen those throughout the community. Anybody can have those, even if you don't have children. Is something good to put in your lawn for the neighborhood kids?
Yeah, we try to get maybe 2, 3, 4 families in the neighborhood to do it, so there's a little saturation. And we'll have those out for about a month or two.
Great. Now, you've got some plans coming up. I know you put in your notice. You got about, I think, maybe 12 months left in the position. What are your thoughts on that? And then tell us about Fran Hart's future.
Well, actually, we're down to 5.5 months.
5.5.
I'm going to be going the last week in March, February or first week in March. You know, bittersweet, of course. Looking forward to a new chapter, but been here for 30 years, so hard to leave. My plans are up in the air. I have a lot of things kind of in the fire, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do, and I think I'll have a little luxury of time to decide. So I'm looking forward to it. You know, it'd be good for the department, some turnover, new jobs created. There's a number of us leaving over the next 18 months, some of the old guys, they would call us. So it'll be good for the department for another change.
Okay, now, any chance I see you doing a couple of musical gigs? Are you bringing your chops up to performance level? And any chance we're going to see you on American Idol or any of that type of stuff?
Well, I don't know about American Idol. I will be playing the Fall Festival here 2 weeks from yesterday. And I've been doing some things out and about, just trying to see what's out there and see if anybody wants me to play. So, but I enjoy it. I do it for fun. It's a lot of fun.
Right. Now, you'll have more time. How much are you devoting to, bringing up your skill level? You're doing the scales, you're doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to have extra time to do that?
Yeah, I'm trying to work. I got to give a plug to Tom Vento. He's a long-term fixture in Burlington. We get together usually once a week, and he teaches me stuff that I don't know. So he's very good.
Great. Wonderful. Well, good luck, Chief.
Okay, thank you.
Congratulations. A great event, and good luck in your retirement.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Chief Fran Hart.
Fingerprint him here. That goes nationwide. Okay? So if you were arrested, I say, what's your name, sir? Santa Claus. Santa Claus? I don't think so. So, we punch him in here. He comes up to his fingerprints. He could have been arrested for a B&E in New Mexico 3 years ago. Bam. Out here, license. Now I'll pick people's pictures on driver's license. Okay, coming up out here. Where I can use that. A lot of times that's good, because I can use that, okay, to properly identify. I can't cut anybody loose if I don't have the proper identification, which is usually a driver's license. So they come in and they'll say to me, oh, you take it or not? I'm not allowed to help them. Me personally, I've been a restaurant driver. If I get pulled over, if I get pulled over drunk driving, okay, I'm gonna take it first. That's me personally. That's not for any of you guys to take to the bank. Why? It's a misdemeanor. Okay? You're gonna lose your license for 30 days if you take that breathalyzer and you fail it. What's a fail? 08 and above. Okay? But we will keep you at 05 to 08. There'll be no presumption made at that point. In other words, they can't hold this breathalyzer paperwork up and say, look at him, Your Honor, 06. He's drunk.
Decisions made from desperation. No way to go.
Whoa. How cool. Whoa. See, they're practicing. Watch it. Whoa. They have to practice.
We're here at Truck Day with Doug Gillingham, Director of Recreation Maintenance, and Doug's responsible for the fit up here, the setup, and the takedown. So this is the 12th annual. So at this point, you're pretty well experienced in how this works.
Yeah, we've got it pretty good. We've got a pretty good system. Alfay obviously is in charge of the whole problem, and Wally DeCosta and ourselves work together. And after 12 years, we've got a pretty good idea of what we're doing. The weather's the big if. We always depend on the weather, and yesterday obviously was a big concern. We were here most of the day yesterday looking at the common, trying to figure out how we're going to do all this and get the trucks in and so forth without causing any damage. That's our biggest concern, obviously.
Well, that's the biggest task, isn't it? I mean, we've got 100-plus trucks here, big rigs, huge rigs coming in on the common. How do you, well, particularly yesterday, Saturday the 12th, very wet. How did you prepare for that? Did you hold off everybody coming in until a little later in the day?
We held people off, too. We also made provisions behind the town hall. We had all the cars moved, and if we had to, we're going to park rigs behind the town hall. The edge of the common all the way around is pretty solid. We've never had a problem with it, and we tried to, we blocked off Cambridge Street at times and backed rigs onto the common from Cambridge Street, so they didn't have to go too far onto the grass. And it seemed to go well, pretty well. We've walked the common right now, and we're in pretty good shape. And truck drivers are very meticulous of what they're doing. They're very careful. They back their truck in. They don't turn the steering wheel too much. They're not tearing the grass up. So it's a great help to us, and I know they do the same thing going out. So it's a great day. I'm very pleased. There's a huge crowd here, and I'm glad the sun came out.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now, you've done 12 of them. How would you characterize this one in terms of size? It looks like a pretty big one to me.
It's a huge size. We only know 2 companies that didn't show up, and I'm sure the weather played a factor in that. I don't know the total count right now, but I'm sure it's well over 100 vehicles on the common. And, you know, municipalities, the state police are here, and the Mass Highway Department, and it's just a great turnout.
Now, tell me, the big part is getting everybody out of here, and generally the day after, it seems like you guys of Recreation Maintenance have got it so it doesn't look like anybody was here. How do you manage that?
You know something, it's hopefully we'll go and aerate the common and so forth like that after it, just because the trucks are so heavy, try to break up the compaction. But that's just a normal maintenance program we do anyways. We do it 2 or 3 times a year. We'll do it after truck day because of the vehicles. But we don't anticipate having to do too much on the common. You know, we'll do a fall fertilization, which we do anyways. So I don't anticipate a lot of problems. We'll walk the common after all the trucks are off. We'll identify any concerns. We'll have to bring in some loom if we have to, and I don't think we're going to have to, and reseed a few spots. But I think we're in pretty good shape.
Okay, one last thing before I let you go. I see you got some activity down at the Wildwood School. What's going on there? You're preparing a ball field?
We're going to put a ball field down there. We're going to put in the Major League Babe Ruth field down there. We've already marked out. We've got a plan in place to do that. Within the next week or so, you should see some activity down there. We're going to dig it out, sod an infield, put a backstop up, and just do some work in the outfield, reloom and reseed some of the outfield a little bit. And that's what we're going to do for the time being. Let's see how it works out. The Recreation Department's trying to get a grant to do a grant program down there, you know, expand it even more. And if that goes, that's great. If not, we'll have a ball field anyways for spring.
Wonderful. Now, how many volunteers have you got here today? I know you're volunteering every year.
Volunteering, yeah, exactly.
Volunteering, that means you're all working all day for nothing, right?
Pretty much. I've got 2 other guys from the Recreation Maintenance who have volunteered. The Highway Department's got probably 6 or 7 people there. The Water Department, a few people. You know, everyone's here to have a good time and make sure everyone has a safe, good time, and the kids enjoy it.
Great.
So we're all here for that.
Doug Gillingham, thank you very much.
Thank you, Phil.
We'll be right back. Have a couple of chiefs here from other departments, one from Somerville, one from Cambridge. Actually, Dave Selvey's a Burlington resident?
Yes.
Is that correct? Jack Gelinas from Cambridge?
Chelmsford.
Chelmsford.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Tell us your impressions of Truck Day. I'm sure you've got equipment down here.
Now we do. We have our brand new engine one, which is over there in the corner, and they weren't too familiar with Truck Day, and I says it's very impressive. So that's why I come up to see the trucks myself. Still a kid at heart, I guess.
Yes, exactly. Got any grandchildren here, Jack?
No grandchildren. No.
Haven't let you in that exclusive club?
Maybe in the near future, but not right now. Yeah.
And what do you have here representing Cambridge?
We have engine 5 and ladder 3, and it gives us the opportunity to show our pride in the apparatus and equipment. And the people working here, our firefighters, really shined up the apparatus, shined the tires, everything, and showed their pride in their equipment. And it ties into everything here. All the people showing the pride in the working tools. Right after Labor Day, it fits in nicely. All the working people, all their equipment, their trucks and apparatus, and it's great. It's a great.
Are you two ever surprised by the attraction that children have for fire trucks?
No, because I was attracted to it when I was a kid. But what's funny enough is a lot of times they'll see them going by and they'll wave, but then the parents will bring them into the fire station, and then they're sort of skittish about it.
Some of them are, some of them aren't. But then the ones that they like it and they'll come in, they'll sit in the apparatus, and we'll put them up on the tiller seats, and so they have a good time. So we had a lot of people stop by.
Cambridge has a regular program getting elementary school kids through the
All the
station
time, yeah.
program,
We set up tours on a regular basis. The kids come to different firehouses, and they love it. It's part of the curiosity as we all were kids, looking at the fire apparatus, and it's good for the education, fire safety, and fire safety awareness for children.
Well, thank you very much. Chiefs from Somerville and Cambridge, Dave Selvey and Jack Gelinas, thank you very much. We're here with Al Fay. Al, I guess you're the founder of Truck Day. Would that be an appropriate description of you?
I guess so, yeah. We started years ago. I talked with a girl from the rec department, and we got it off the ground, and name escapes me right now, but we did it, and we started only to help out the DPW, as you've heard me say so many, many times. You know, the police have the dare, the firemen have the muster, but nobody ever did anything for the DPW. So that's how we started, and then it just grew. I look over here, I see Watertown, I see Belmont, Woburn, Winchester, Reading, they're all here. And we only need the DPW, so to speak, when we got snow on the ground, but it gives them a chance to show off their wares and meet a lot of people, and we've done that today.
Potholes and snow, that's the only time they're getting any traction, right?
There you go. And I like to take care of them. They're good guys. They're all good guys. The Friday before the show all the time, it's tradition. This is our 12th annual show, as you probably know. I put on a little luncheon in the annex of the town hall. They all come, ask what's expected of them. We're here at 5:30, 5:45 in the morning with the planks by the curb sewn and making sure everything is all right. And then they go down, a couple of guys go down and get the ice. The Marriott Hotel gives us all the ice all the time. And like the water for the Girl Scouts, the hot dogs, the hamburgers. Dolan Bailey gave us that beautiful refrigerated truck. So we don't have to fool with ice and coolers. We're always afraid of that.
Right. Now, there's a lot more going on here just in an exhibition of the vehicles. You've got a variety of different fundraising groups here that utilize the crowd to make a pitch. Who have you got here, and what are they raising funds for?
Well, first of all, we have the Girl Scouts. They're selling the water. Sandy Cavino, long Girl Scout lady there. She's doing the water every year. We have Gene Peterson from one Boy Scout troop, and we have Mr. Warren from the other Boy Scout troop. I don't want to get the numbers because I get them mixed up.
Right. They're both here, right?
They're both here. And we have the food pantry is here. They're doing their raffle down there. Ann Howard, Karen Gavin is there. Karen Bingo is there. I'm sorry. And they do a raffle every year, and also the adopter class. There's 5 of them there. So they got together this time, and they give a point system, which I think you might have been instrumental in. And that way there, whoever shows up to help out, they get the points towards their scholarships at the end. But, you know, when you get into thanking, there's so many people to thank here. I know we just talked, you just talked to the 2 chiefs from, the chief of operations from Cambridge and the deputy chief from Somerville. I mean, to send their apparatus up, and these guys here, they're up on top of this ladder truck right behind us, and it's explaining all the stuff that's on it, you know. And I guess the word I like to use a lot is the pride in what they're doing.
Sure.
And also, I have the fellow over here, very shortly, the town of Burlington, is going to be doing water meters automatic from the town hall.
Right, the new water meeting program. Sure.
So it was an excellent time for them to come and show the people what to expect. It's going to start in November. Hopefully it'll be over in a year.
Well, that worked well last year. You had
we had the rubbish truck.
Right, the rubbish
also
truck.
they're there today again doing that, and that worked out very, very well.
That's been almost a seamless transition.
It was, and I'd like to say I had a lot to do with it when I started, but anyway.
Well, I'll do it for you, Al. You had a lot to do with that.
Okay, but anyway, the water people were there and showed us how that's going to work, and they were generous with some some prizes for the people to do. But you know, it's hard. Doug Gillingham is an ace. Can't say enough about him. Wally DeCoste is another one. Dick Howard is another one. There's so many people to thank.
Jack Bingo has been busy
Jack
too.
Bingo is there all the time, and Jack Ferrin with his BCAT. All that stuff is there, and you know, when you start thanking people, if you miss somebody, it's tough. And the firefighters, Captain Carpenter's working today. I can remember him when he was 3 years old riding on my fire engine. Well, he's running it there, and whatever you need. They pull the trucks out, and my engine, you can hear the bell all day long. It's
How
still,
big is this? We're going to talk about your engine, but how big is this? Is this the biggest event that you've run so far?
I think it's the biggest, and Dougie is he's the man for the recreation department, and he knows the grounds, and he knows everything about it. And he said it's hard to judge the people because they come and they go.
Right.
But he said he's talking thousands. He said 5,000 to 8,000 people, Al, and probably I'm way off. It's probably even more than that, you know. but he said they keep coming and going all the time.
And this is
it's
certainly the
worked out.
largest number of apparatus that you've had?
Oh, definitely. And, you know, like the chief said, you know, if they had their way, they'd all be up here. He said, you know, they love coming up here, you know, and it's a fun day for them, you know. But
All right, now tell us about this piece you have here. This is from Murray's Towing
this is
down
from
in
Murray's
Woburn.
Towing down in Woburn. Franny Murray, always a big supporter of ours, and he comes in every year. We pick a truck, a fancy truck, to put it on the dash plaque, and we put it on the dash plaque this year. I happen to have one right in my pocket here.
I think I do too, Al. Let's see if we
Right
can pull
here?
that right out. Yeah.
And each
This is-
year, these are 12 of these that we do.
Mhm.
And these guys collect these. They stand in line to make sure they get them. And
I
the
see.
truck, you'll see it glued onto the truck, and that means it was there. And I had the fortune, my truck was on it either last year or the year before. But that's a big thing with them. And we have a lot of fun doing it, you know. And where else can a kid get inside an excavator?
Right, exactly.
We have Bruce Flett. Flett is a big company out of Belmont, James W. Flett. He happens to live in house. He lives in Deacon Doyle's old house, as a matter of fact. And he's here. He's got several pieces here.
McDevitt here is French.
McDevitt is here.
Yeah.
McDevitt is here. William French is here. I asked him if he could bring a truck down. He says, yeah, matter of fact, we'll bring 12 of them. Well, I didn't know about 12 of them. And that's only half of his fleet.
Right.
But that's and
Couple
all
$1 million sitting over there. huh?
Oh, a lot of money sitting in this common, you know. But it's worked out very, very well for us.
Now
you know.
tell me about your piece. Yours is always the get a little bit in my eye here. Okay, I'm
well,
all set. Yours is a 32. I
No,
believe?
40,
It's a
40,
40,
1940,
okay.
and it was an engine in Dracut years ago. It was a Dracut engine, and it knows its way around the common, I'll tell you that. I did 67 trips on Pride Day around the common, and it works out fine. And my daughter just reminded me, she said, Dad, there's a lot of fancy trucks here, but that truck has been full of people all day long, you know.
Right.
And a teacher was here from the Fox Hill School. Her name escapes me. And she said the first day of school, I mentioned Truck Day. She says, and they all came in with their truck T-shirts on. And I asked how many people rode on that truck. She says, and everybody there. In fact, I rode on it, Mr. Fay. So I didn't think it was that long, but I guess it is.
Well, over the years, I might have even ridden
I'm sure. I keep saying a few years, but it's close to
Oh my God.
20 some odd
20,
years.
sure. Now let's talk about you're going to have another involvement in a fundraiser. You're producing the Burlington Community Scholarship Telethon this year.
Yes,
Um,
I've been involved with it before, but never in that capacity. And the scholarship is there, and they're going to do it on October 14th, I believe, the telethon. And, you know, I've had grandchildren that went through that. What a very, very important thing that is to do. And they're going to be on the phones, and we know the economy is tough. And this year is more than ever before. You need your
Need
help.
some help,
And
sure.
like they say on the all telethons, you know, I can only give them $5. Well, that $5 means
Adds
a
up.
lot.
Sure.
And you've said that 100 times, you know. So I mean, they're going to be calling on the 14th. Please, please be as generous as you can. It's a great thing for these kids. And just to show you how they appreciate it, we probably got 25 or 30 of them down there from the adopted classes right now that are working. Again, the Outback Steakhouse, they feed whoever brings the truck behind the fire station, and they do that. So some of the adopted class people are there helping out. And like I said, the biggest thing this year was Dolan Bailey gave us that nice truck refrigerated. Then I don't have to worry about ice
Running
and
back and forth
Running
and
back and
forth,
forth.
sure.
It's automatically, it's a refrigerated truck. It worked out fine.
Great. Well, okay. Good luck on the telethon. We want to remind everybody, particularly people our age, that we want to get them in school and get them in high-paying jobs so that they can support our Social Security.
Right, and take care of the highway guys with this winter coming. Really.
Thank you very much, Al.
Shovel out that hydrant. All right.
We're here with two truck fans, Connor and Ryan. Connor, tell us, what do you think about Truck Day?
Great.
Great. Did you have a favorite truck?
Yes.
Which one?
And that little orange one over there.
Really? Did you get a chance to ride in and blow the horn?
Yeah, I got a chance to blow the horn.
Great. Now, what grade are you in and what school are you at?
I'm at kindergarten and I'm at Memorial.
Memorial, yeah. And you're doing well in your studies so far?
Yes.
Great. And who are your teachers?
My teacher is Mrs. Rickenhauser and Mrs. I.
Great. Thank you very much. You did a good job. Okay, I'm here with Robin Miliano from the Burlington Community Scholarship Foundation and part of the Adopted Class program. Tell us what you got there. What is Adopt a Class, first of all?
Well, Phil, Adopt a Class is a program that we have that where a business will adopt a class starting in kindergarten and follow that class all the way up through their graduation in 12th grade. And what they do is they work with parent volunteers and they do raise funds for the classes each year. And then in the 12th grade year, the children apply for scholarships and we give out the scholarship money that they've raised throughout those years.
Okay, so all those 12 years, the children and the parents are all involved in fundraising. How does a child qualify for a scholarship within their class?
A child will qualify if their parents have helped to raise the funds. Usually the parents raise the funds when they're in elementary school and middle school. And then when the children are in high school, as you can see behind us, we have a lot of high school volunteers. They earn points by volunteering their time. They'll volunteer. They get 1 point for every hour that they volunteer, and then when they are seniors, they fill an application, tell us how many hours that either their parents or themselves have volunteered, and then we divvy up the money that they have raised throughout all those years.
Right. Now, Truck Day has traditionally been a good day for adopted classes. Who have you got here today?
All right, today we have these T-shirts are being sold by the class of 2012. They are fan T-shirts. So we're really thinking that it's going to be a big hit up at the high school. We also have the senior class, the class of 2010, selling blankets. We have the class of 2019 selling reusable tote bags. And then we also have the class of 2016 selling cookbooks, which has been a program that they've been selling for a couple of years now.
And everybody's going to be involved in the telethon?
They're all going to be at the telethon. We're going to have all our business partners at the telethon. And hopefully we'll have, representatives from each of the classes there. And they're going to be there at the telethon to let us know what they're going to be doing for fundraisers this year.
Right. And what role will you be playing in the telethon this year?
Well, I think I'm going to work on the adopted class segment. So I'll be working with the businesses and the students when they come on, and they'll let us know what their fundraising ideas are going to be.
Aren't you doubling in refreshments as well?
I might be doing a little bit of refreshments.
A person for all seasons. Thank you very much, Robin Miliano.
All right. Thanks, Phil.
I'm here with Ann Howard for People Helping People, and you have a booth here for the Community Food Pantry. Tell us about it.
Yes, we do. Third year in a row that we've been raising some money. We get a donation of $200, and we buy the food, and then we raffle off tickets for that. And last year, the year before, I think we got about $400 or $500 on the raffle. And we're also selling balloons, and that seems to be working out really great today.
Right.
But we had a new addition to the food pantry, which is wonderful.
Right. And this is for storage for more food. Yeah.
Yes, it's much better than before. We have plenty of places to put food. And also the Boy Scouts, if they have things left over today, like hot dogs and hamburgers, rolls, whatever, they donate that to the food pantry also.
Now, it's kind of a tough economic year the last couple of years, so there's been greater demands and people helping people in at the food pantry?
I would have to say that we're up to about 170 families now, just in Burlington alone, which is considerable since last year.
And we're talking about providing basic staples for a family on a weekly basis?
Yes. Well, they can come once a month and get food. Sometimes, if there's a need, they can come twice a month.
Now, you're an all-volunteer organization. Right. And how, if anyone wants to participate or make a donation, how can they be involved?
All they have to do is call the Burlington People Helping People or the Burlington Food Pantry. They're both in the phone book, and somebody there would direct them as to what to do.
Wonderful. And what are some of the volunteer opportunities that there are? Sorting, stacking, delivering, things of that sort?
Yes, all of those.
Right.
Yeah, and now we're getting, I think we're now going to be part of the Greater Boston Food Bank. So that's another whole group of people that will have to go into Boston to get food for us too. But that will be a big help.
Great. Wonderful. Ann Howard, thank you very much. Good luck today. If you get a chance, well, we're not going to be live, so you can make a donation instead of buying a chance. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks.
One. Hey, we have some little Truck Day fans here, so we're going to find out who they are. What's your name?
Jason.
Jason.
Joseph.
Joseph.
Bobby.
Bobby.
Emily.
Emily, how are you? Tell me, what do you think of Truck Day?
That truck.
Which one was that?
The yellow one.
That big yellow one? That's who's that? Delaney. It looks like Delaney Fuel. Did you get a chance to get in there?
Yeah.
Great, great. How you doing in school?
Good.
Which one are you at?
Full Meadow.
Okay, and who's your teacher?
Miss Catofimo.
Great. You doing good in school?
Yeah.
All right, okay. What do you think?
My favorite truck's the fire engine.
Yeah.
And my school's the Ditson, and my teacher is Miss Calmus.
And how are you doing there?
Good.
You like being at school?
Yep.
All right. Now the Patriots going to win tomorrow?
Yeah.
Very good. How about you, Bobby?
I like them all.
You like them all? Good answer.
My school is full of metal. My teacher is Miss Orland, and I have a good time.
Great. Wonderful. Okay, Emily, you're going to be the star now. Come on over here. Are you in school yet? And what grade are you in?
Preschool.
You're in preschool. Good answer. Okay. How do you like Truck Day?
Good.
Good. Thanks for coming. Good job. Okay, fellas. Thank you.
The mountain is high, the valley is low, and you're confused on which way to go. So I've come here to give you a hand and lead you into the promised land. Come on and take a free ride. Come on and sit here by my side. Come on and take a free ride. All over the country, I've seen it the same. Nobody's winning at this kind of game. We gotta do better. It's time to begin. You know all the answers. Let's start from within. Come on and take a free ride. Come on and sit here by my side. Come on and take a free ride. In your life, you seem to have it all. You seem to have control, but deep within your soul, you're losing it. You never took the time, assume that you're to blame. You think that you're insane, won't you spare me? I know the breakdown, everything is gonna shake now someday. I know the breakdown, tell me again, am I awake now? Maybe you can find the reason that no one else is living this way. Yeah, living this way. Yeah. Yeah, life. Your world is built around the faces of a clown. Voices in your head think this four blocks down. But in this unity, fate is feminine. So you check yourself, know you check out. I know the breakdown, everything is gonna shake now someday. I know the breakdown, tell me again, am I awake now, baby? You can find the reason that no one else is living this way. Yeah, living this way. Yeah. If you find yourself, then you might believe. If you find yourself, then you might believe. Within yourself, you just might conceive. Within yourself, you just might. Yeah, I know the breakdown. Everything is gonna shake now someday. I know the breakdown. Tell me again, am I awake now, maybe? You can find the reason that no one else is living this way. Yeah, I live in this way. Yeah.
stairs. Hold the railing.
You don't want to go in the jail then? Wow.
Taking a picture, you gotta wear this. Come on, who wants to wear this?
Oh, what is that? Oh, let Colin wear that. Awesome. Whoa.
You gotta put the strap in the back.
Let's get you down.
Back here.
you go. Have a seat.
All right,
Take a picture now.
I never want to see you boys in this seat.
Imagine if they were, they wouldn't be wearing that hat.
Tell me what your name is.
Sean.
Sean what?
Sean Sweeney Pack.
And where you from?
I'm from Massachusetts.
What do you think of Burlington?
I love it.
I love it.
Nice. Can you give me a horn?
Blow the horn. Push the horn.
Yeah.
So give him the thumbs up. Say, have a good day. Say thanks for everything.